Okay guys, well I didn't want to make an actual video for this because I figured it'd be pretty self-explanatory, but I just thought I'd update you guys. I'm also going to leave a comment on that video, but this is a response video to my last Warframe video, the auto Riven reroller. I saw a lot of people in my comments just saying that this would get you banned or whatever, and so I went ahead and looked at the rules. I pulled out the rule book, guys. Okay, so here's Warframe's DE stand on third-party softwares and what is and what isn't allowed. So I'll go ahead and read this completely out, and you guys can tell me, and I'll just kind of explain it. But here's what more DE says about third-party softwares. We have seen a few requests lately, specifically requesting that we provide a list of software that we do and do not allow to run in conjunction with Warframe. While it is understood that some software is good and others are inherently bad or designed to assist cheating, there are some cases where software falls in the gray areas. So basically, if you're looking for just off the first paragraph here, they're saying, some things are allowed, some things are cool, some things aren't, all right? The reason for this post is to have an updated reference about our policy on external third-party softwares and the potential pitfalls of using such software in conjunction with Warframe. The simple golden rule is if you use external software in conjunction with Warframe, then do so at your own risk. So, again, they're not saying, definitively you cannot use any third-party programs or anything like that. Once again, my macros doesn't even qualify as a third-party program. It's a simple macro that just makes it a little bit easier for you. It doesn't even really speed up the process by that much. It's a marginal change to the game that doesn't affect anything going on inside the game. So while we could technically issue blanket bans on everything that alters the game files, the fact of the matter is that there's some software that can be useful and helpful for members of our community, i.e. the auto Riven reroller. This is where context is very important. The difficulty here is that it's incredibly hard for players to prove that they are not using a program nefariously, and while it certainly is possible that there are false positives, which a ticket to support can resolve, the ban will remain in place until your ticket can be processed. Now, this right here, this doesn't really apply to my macro here, simply because you're not starting a mission with the macro. You're not running the macro inside of a mission. You're only running it inside of your ship where you're re-rolling the Rivens. And so I don't really think that whatever anti-cheat software is going to be picking this up. And so you really shouldn't be getting false positives using this macro because, again, you're not in a mission using the macro. So, I mean, a lot of this stuff is like, to me, I'm reading this and I've already passed their rules here. It's not a cheat. It's not an exploit. It's just simple actions. And yeah, I don't know why. When I was making this macro, this never even passed through my mind that, okay, like this could be something that could be potentially bad for the game. Again, I just wanted to share this with you guys, just because, I was sitting there rerolling my Rivens and I just kind of got tired of clicking all the buttons, and so I was like, let me try and automate this. This leads into why a list is not provided. If you have a piece of macro software that is normally tolerated, but is then discovered to be a source of a future exploit, that software may get added to a ban list and could potentially be caught up in an automatic dragnet. As stated above, there's no easy way to prove that the software used is benign. And so again, this doesn't really apply to the macro that I made because the macro doesn't help you in game actually. So yeah, a lot of people had literally every single comment on that video is like, this could get you banned, this would get you banned. And so I'm sitting here, first off, I didn't even process that when I created the video, and then when someone told me, then I had to go do the research, and then I was kind of seeing basically what I'm seeing here is as long as it's not exploit, it should be okay. So bans for altering game files, cheating, and or exploiting Warframe are hefty and final. Our stance on using such software is firm, and appealing against this ban is very difficult if we have reason to believe that you have been using said software for cheating, exploiting, or AFK farming. So again, none of this applies to what actually what my macro does. And so it doesn't allow you to AFK. It doesn't add anything to your account. I had someone comment on the video that this is a very bad platform, and yes, selling Rivens is a very bad platform. So if you guys want tips on how to farm plat, just let me know. I can create a video. There's plenty of better ways to sell plat than trying to get god rolls on your Rivens to sell. So again, this macro just it's harmless. It's simply just doesn't do anything to the game, doesn't make the Rivens cheaper, doesn't make your rolls better. It just does the rolls for you. So you still have to sit there and select which Riven you want. Honestly, I wanted to make the macro look at the Rivens and give you the stats and pick off of that, and that probably would still be okay. But yeah, the only way you can reliably 100% avoid a ban for using external software is to simply not use it. Again, if you take anything from this post, it should be, if you use external software in conjunction with Warframe, then do so at your own risk. And so yeah, like I feel like I didn't need to create this video, but at the same time I just thought, all right, let me clear the air. Let me let you guys know this is what I found. Okay, this is on Warframe's support site. I decided to do this because someone recommended that I, send a ticket. And so first thing I did was just look up macros in their support page, and this is what I got. And again, a lot of this just doesn't apply to my macro at all. You can comfortably use this macro. I will say I'd probably recommend you guys use the macro version that uses your mouse positions instead of the manual version. I wasn't able to get the actual EXE to work for the manual version, so if you're gonna have to download a script and download auto hotkey, you might as well just use the mouse position version. It's faster, it's 100% more reliable, and it's really not that hard. I made the script very, very simple. I labeled all the parts that you want to change, and yeah, so I'll go ahead and include those links down below. Again, this macro is definitely not an exploit, not a cheat, and I mean, everything here says use at your own risk, and there is no risk involved with using this macro. So I just wanted to clear up the air for you guys, make sure you guys understood just kind of what the rules are and how this can possibly affect your account. So you guys let me know. I mean, maybe I don't understand something, maybe you guys know a little bit more than me, but yeah, I just kind of figured I let you guys update you guys on what's going on. So again, this macro is not going to get you banned. This macro does not do anything but simply click through these little confirms. So it's a harmless macro. Here, I'll even run it in game so you can see. Also, I want to note, just make sure when you're doing the mouse positions to click inside the game to get those mouse positions. And then, like I said, I have it labeled inside the script where those mouse positions should go. So the first one's going to be on the cycle ribbon, second one will be on yes, and then the third will then be on the left ribbon. And so make sure you click inside the game after you start that macro. Another thing I want to note is before you restart the macro, if the macro ever messes up, you want to make sure you're starting the macro on that first cycle ribbon page. Again, I'll run this in game, and like I run this with I run Electroframe, which is probably way more impactful to the game than my macro will ever be. So if they allow you to run Electroframe, just know my macro is probably not something that's going to get picked up here. So just so you can guys see, I'm running it in game. There's no bans. I'm not getting banned right now. Okay, this doesn't, again, it doesn't give you superhuman strength, superhuman rolls. All it does is just go through the process here. It's very easy. It doesn't, like, it's marginally faster here, and so if you're re-rolling like 100 times, then you start to count milliseconds into seconds and you start saving time that way. But I had also someone say, how does this save you clicks? I don't click at all here. I'm just literally using left right arrow keys to move, to pick which ribbon here, and then I press enter, and then it resets the ribbon. And yeah, that's it. I didn't think this would be an issue, honestly, when I was doing the macro, but I just wanted to update you guys, let you guys know. I've read the page. I read the support page. I've read DE's rules. This does not come even close to breaking the rules, so you don't have to worry. I'll have the links in the description if you want to download this. It's also, I know a lot of people won't even be re-rolling this many times, but yeah, if you are like me and you're trying to get that god roll, this just makes it a little bit easier than clicking through. It doesn't really speed it up. A lot of the process, a lot of the time here is spent on the animation, and yeah, that's gonna do it for me, guys. I'll see you guys later.